After waiting for months, I finally got my AYN Odin, but the very same week they announced the AYN Loki. What the hell? Let's talk about it. AYN Technologies hit the ground running with the AYN Odin, an Android-based retro handheld system that took everybody by storm with its amazing emulation, even for GameCube, PlayStation 2, and even some Wii games. And now, hot off the steam of their success with the AYN Odin, AYN Technologies have just announced the AYN Loki, a Windows-based gaming handheld PC to take on the likes of the Steam Deck and the Anbernic Win 600. Now, the AYN Loki comes in a massive range of flavors, from the Loki Mini to the standard Loki and even the Loki Max, providing a range of options from the cheapest gaming handheld PC you can get all the way up to something that annihilates the Steam Deck. The Loki Mini can be bought for as cheap as $239 with the option of an Intel Alder Lake or an AMD Mendocino processor. The standard Loki comes with a starting price of $489 with options of 128, 256 or 512GB storage, along with an AMD Zen Plus 6600U processor, whereas the Loki Max comes in at a whopping $775, but it comes with the awesome AMD Zen 3 Plus 6800U processor, a processor that looks to blow the Steam Deck out of the water. Now, there's a range of discounts currently available for the AYN Loki, depending on if you're an early adopter or even if you were somebody that bought into the AYN Odin. Discounts can range from $25 off the Loki Mini all the way up to $125 off the Loki Max. Now, I found myself in the really difficult position of trying to decide which one to pre-order. There's so many different interesting reasons on why to pick each of the different options. With a Loki Mini, you have the potential of having the cheapest gaming handheld PC around, and something that can still provide a lot of grunt, especially compared to a lot of the Android retro handheld devices. However, with the AYN Odin being so powerful and such a huge success, I wasn't quite sure if the Loki Mini was really going to be worthwhile, considering I just received my AYN Odin. The standard AYN Loki looks like a great proposition that can go toe-to-toe with the Steam Deck and is at a really reasonable price. However, the temptation of the Loki Max is just too much, with the potential of it being one of the best gaming handheld PCs around. And with that cherry on top of $125 off, I had to go and pull the trigger. Now, fingers crossed I get my Loki Max in the first wave of releases, and I can let you guys know all about it as soon as it comes out, which from what we know should be around Q4 of 2022. Even before that, there's still a lot we can think about and consider when it comes to the AYN Loki. First of all, they're in an absolutely fantastic position. They've seen the Steam Deck release and they've seen the issues that it has and some of the teething problems, and they can take note of that and make sure that they don't replicate those when it comes to making the AYN Loki. Furthermore, on paper, the technical specs of the AYN Loki Max absolutely annihilate the Steam Deck, and hopefully if there's no throttling issues or any performance problems, then the AYN Loki Max could be the most powerful gaming handheld PC around. Now, this is obviously just a lot of speculation, but what gives me a lot of hope and optimism is just how well received the AYN Odin was. AYN Technologies made sure they did everything right with the AYN Odin, and for a new company like this to come into such a saturated environment and to pretty much show everybody how it's done just shows that they have a lot of technical expertise, commitment and focus when it comes to trying to be the best. And this has me incredibly excited for the AYN Loki. However, that doesn't guarantee success, and there are certainly some areas of concern. I've only just received my AYN Odin Pro, and already the AYN Loki has been announced. This makes a lot of people think, are AYN stretching themselves too thin? Are they reaching too far? Are they trying to just pump out as many consoles and devices as possible to make as much money and leaving the Odin behind? It won't be the first time that a company comes out with a really successful product and then follows it up with something not that great. We see it all the time in the gaming world. I mean, Nintendo are notorious for doing it with their consoles. Just because the AYN Odin is awesome doesn't mean the AYN Loki will be. They're two completely different beasts. And AYN Technologies is still a very new company. One thing it has got me thinking though is, what on earth is the AYN Thor going to be like? That's going to have to be something pretty damn epic. In the meantime, check out this other awesome retro gaming handheld review and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future content.